okay, right? And smiling, everything's fine, symmetrical. If you're listening, you can't see my face, but you know what I look like, chances are. And it's been like this for a few years. I see some things that are still not perfect, but I want to tell you about my Bell's palsy story. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr. This is Tighten Up with James Lott Jr. here on JLJ Media. We just rebranded the show last month, and I'm looking at the numbers. And thank you so much to everyone who's tuning in to the audio version, to some of the videos. Thank you so very much. We want to grow this podcast. I have some stuff planned for you that's just amazing for this show. So stay tuned. Um, anyway, uh, next, I'm recording this next month on July 2nd. It will be my 7-year anniversary since the day I woke up and had my face went paralyzed. One of the scariest things that ever happened to me my entire life. I've had some scary things, but to have this, something I did not know was happening. It was on set all of a sudden. It was strange. I know how serious it was. At first, I didn't know if it was a stroke. It was all crazy talk. The night before, on July 1st, I had an earache. Would not go away. I was taking all this time, also just not going away. As you know, I'm a podcaster. So it was a Saturday night. So Sunday, I woke up with the same earache, just wouldn't go away. I did all things like, hot compresses, cold compresses. It wasn't going away. But I had 4 shows to do, live shows on camera. I had to do that day. And I went to work, out to the Valley at AfterBuzz TV, where I used to be. And I went on and we had headphone stuff. And people, I have not looked to this day. I have not looked at those episodes, see what I look like. But some people said later they could tell something was going on with me. They didn't know what it was with my mouth. And I had an earache, but I did all 4 shows, did all of them. And then one of the shows we were toasting something, and I even had an alcohol, whatever. I go to come home, eat, go to bed, and I guess as I'm talking about to you right now, I am just seriously transported back like it was yesterday. Oh, it was crazy. So I wake up, go to the bathroom. My bed. I get up on the right side. The bathroom's on the right side. It's like a few steps away. I go into the bathroom, walk past the mirror, go to the toilet to pee. In the morning, pee. Gotta do that. So I pee. I go to brush my teeth and wash my face. And I get the washcloth and I'm wetting my face and all that stuff. But I'll tell you something. I went to brush my teeth and I couldn't spit. I couldn't form my lips to spit. I looked in the mirror. I'm like, something looks a little strange. Like one side of my face was a little swollen. So I said, okay, I'm going to have to really look at this. My mother had a mild case of Bell's palsy much long before that. But hers only lasted like a couple of weeks. She was better, which in many cases that happens. But this doesn't always happen. Anyway, so I'm like, okay. And so I'm trying to brush my teeth and the stuff's just falling out. And I'm like, my mouth feels weird as I try to move it around. I call my mom. It was like, I think something's going on with my mouth. I think I'm going to the clinic. She's like, okay. I'm thinking it could be Bell's palsy or it could be a stroke. I wasn't sure what was going on. So thank God my friends at New Care Clinic, love them. New Care Clinic's the bomb here in Westchester. Dr. McHale and his staff. I got dressed, and got in an Uber or Lyft, I can't remember what it was, and went over there. It was like 10 minutes away. So I went over there, listened to that. Walked in, I was like, I think I have something in my face. And they could tell. So I couldn't stop looking at a little mirror. It was like it was droopy. They're like, ooh, okay. They bring me in. blood pressure stuff, sit me down, and it's okay. We're gonna just do some tests, physical tests. They looked at it, did some stuff, checked my ears, kind of things, and so you just sit here. For you, I'm a former nurse, so I just want you guys to know. I know that if you catch a stroke early onset, sometimes you can reverse it, stop it, minimize. There's things you can do sometimes to help with that. But she's looking at me. I sat there for like maybe 20 minutes, and my face is starting to droop even more. And that's what I said. We think you have Bell's palsy. Now, I was like, Bell's palsy. Okay, I'm like, oh God, oh my God, I got it. How did I get it? Blah, blah. And that's what is kind of a semi mystery. I'm gonna explain to you what happens and why, but the actual cause, some say extreme stress on your body system, may say it's a virus that gets in your system, deer ticks, Lyme disease, sometimes pregnancy, like certainly just different things that really stress your body and cause you to feel sick, but it goes to your nerves. So what happened was, so behind your ear is a nerve, the cranial nerve. They call it the seventh nerve. Cranial nerve is different words for it, and it's behind your ear. So I just came back from Pittsburgh. I used to live in Pittsburgh part time, so it's very woodsy there. So maybe I got a deer tag, who knows? But something got in my ear, and it was swollen. It was inflamed. It was like a little further out. Didn't hurt, but just like, oh, it's inflamed, and it started to cause my face to droop. And but it's one of those things where you don't know how bad it's going to be. That's the unknown part is the scariest part because you don't know how bad it's going to be, how worse it's going to get, all that stuff. So they said, okay, we're going to give all they can do is give you some cyclovir for the virus that could be in your system, and some prednisone, which is a steroid, possibly can help you. And they call it a Z pack. So what you do is it's like you take this many milligrams for a few days, and you take this many milligrams for a few days. It gets less and less and less. Important. You're not supposed to just drop just to wean you off it. I wasn't paying attention. No one I'm paying attention. I'm scared. So I was like, I just took it and was like, okay, I go, whatever. So then I go home to my mom, I have Bell's palsy, I think. And like he told me, it could stop at any time or keep going up to 72 hours. So like the next few days, it doesn't hurt when your face goes paralyzed. It's the opposite. It just, you can't use it. I was trying to describe this feeling to somebody. Because I had it for a long time. I got used to it for a while. But it's just weird. At first, you're like, oh, you feel it coming on. It's like a tingling sensation. Something hurts, and it starts to drop. Now, I had a show. I was supposed to interview Darcel, one of the lead dancers from Solid Gold. I had her book. I was supposed to interview her later day. I had to cancel. As a girl, I got Bell's palsy because I really couldn't talk. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't chew. Couldn't sneeze. Couldn't cough. It's just weird how much you use your face. The headache was still there, so I was getting teased to calm me down and things like that because I couldn't swallow the pills. It was hard to swallow them. It was crazy. So the next few days, I just tell everybody I'm out of commission for right now. I don't know how long, and so my journey lasted for 9 months, almost a year. I had a severe case of Bell's palsy. Right now, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to show you a quick video I found the other day. I'm going to say trigger warning. If you can't look at people with half paralyzed face or you've had yourself and it's trigger, I'm just saying trigger warning. But it's just me giving a public service announcement because I decided to document my journey. So all the videos are out there. This is one, and this is me, and you see my face is completely half paralyzed. Something to remember: if you take prednisone or any kind of steroid, make sure they taper you off. That is very important because the side effects are not fun. But I am doing a little better. I feel like I'm just away from the world. Right? It's even hard for me to watch sometimes. It's weird. I was like, I feel like a different person, yet I remember it completely. Whew, yeah. So anyway, so I had to live with it for a while. I couldn't work. I got brain fog. It really affects your brain. I had brain fog. I had anxiety attacks. I was taking all this stuff, And it got worse over the next 4 or 5 days. It just got worse. Um, I felt depressed. Like, this is my job is talking. Is this? I can't do this. Like, what? So yeah. So it was a trip, and I somewhere along the line decided I got to take control somewhere. Now, why am I showing on this show? Facial paralysis is a major thing. Not a lot of plastic surgery or electrosurgery can help you. Sometimes it can. Because the problem is there's dead nerves, or it's like they're paralyzed or dead or numb. So to revitalize them, that is getting more and more technologies nowadays. But 7 years ago, there was not much more they could do. And I started looking up, like, what are some possible things that can help you. I'm not a person who just sits around and does nothing. That's just not me. And I heard for the inflammation, so the swelling goes down and maybe will help you get your face back, is vitamin B. And lots of vitamin B is good for inflammation, whether it's supplements, vitamins, or foods rich in vitamin B. Now I can't eat, I can't chew. Ugh. So I did do, they can't swallow pills. So that was a trip. I did both. It was a trip. So I was doing that, lots of rest, no exercise. So I was following all this stuff. And I actually went to a bunch of the Bell's Palsy websites that are out there and looked it up. Don't do this, do this. Don't do this, do this. I was trying holistic approaches plus rest. After I get tired of rest, and then later acupuncture. That's why I bring it up for the show. It could help. I think it did help me stimulate some of the things, and I want to give thanks to Maria Menounos. I was told by Ken Undergaro at FBS TV, contact her. She knows people, and she totally came to my rescue. And I got a couple of treatments, and I would like to say I think it did help. And I mean, I look at it's basically almost back to normal. So it's help, but it was a very lonely journey. I went to Pittsburgh for three months to recover in silence and quiet and calm. I just couldn't do it. I was drinking lots of tea. I remember sitting over behind me in this little chair, sitting there, drinking tea, calming chamomile teas, calming teas, keep everything calm. Because it was crazy. It was crazy. Just lots of stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm going to, I would try to beat this. I needed something. I mean, even if I was partially paralyzed, because I had friends who contacted me who had Bell's palsy. One, part of his eye is still droopy to this day. Another got through it, and actually is an actor on the show. His name is Freddie Smith. I actually had him on my show, A Lot of Help with James Lott Jr. You can check out that episode where he talks about it. Because I said, I'm going to document my journey here and there. And that's where that one video comes from. Because people have Bell's palsy, and no one's talking about it. When I got it, it's like, oh my God, my uncle got it. My mom got it. My this got it. Like, everybody knows somebody who had it, but nobody was talking about it. So I've been very vocal about Bell's palsy ever since. Because I'm just like, no one's talking about it. One person said they did get surgery after they got past the whole thing. They did have surgery and they did repair some damage, and it was close to normal. So, I mean, I will have some experts on here later in the season to talk about if there's any kind of facial reconstruction you can do when it comes to facial paralysis. That is a major thing. So I had that. And it taught me a lot. I appreciate I can talk now. I do have problems every once in a while. Still, my mouth doesn't work well sometimes. You get earaches sometimes, but the inflammation is down and that's gone. But I know people have gotten it several times. People got both sides. I'm just like, I never want it ever again. Never, ever, ever want it again, ever again. But I remember thinking, for the sake of this discussion, if the initial part is just done and it says, and it's just that I have a droopy face, I would have went and sought help so I could see. Because I love this. I love doing what I do, whether on camera or not. I couldn't form sentences. I couldn't talk fully. I couldn't do this, as you saw in the video. So I was like, I was going to do whatever I could within monetary reach, because there are some advances, and now there's even more advances. Since 7 years, there's more advances. And like I said, later in the season, we'll talk to some folks about this. But But I did survive it. I am a survivor of Bell's palsy, severe Bell's palsy. I will never forget it. So when July 2nd comes up, I always kind of take a step and think about it. And I remember that whole day. I remember going out in public where I couldn't smile. And I had these cards I written out on paper, and I was like, I'm not mad. I have Bell's palsy. Or I'd wear shirts. I bought these shirts that have Bell's palsy because I just didn't want people because I started getting back out to the world to interact. I like to say thank you and please and good luck and have a nice day. I like to chit chat, and I couldn't. The expressions were just dead. It was dead. I couldn't do anything. So I think I was mad. I was an angry black man with that. So it was a trip. Mentally, it was a trip. Physically, it's something I'll never forget for the rest of my life. Never ever forget. That's my most palsy story, kids. We're here on Wednesdays. Tighten up Wednesdays. We talk about kind of stuff. And I have some really good stuff planned for the show. But if you want to come on, if you're into plastic surgery or any kind of electric surgery world, you want to come on the show, please let me know. DM me, write me, jharrisonline@gmail.com, whatever, just wherever you find this audio or video, please look me up. I'm ready. I'm James Lott Jr. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.